Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Final time for Brand Touch. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, who gets it done? We're leaning on each other. It's Joey Rainey. It's Andrew Bound coming to the stripe. Stone Colby's right there with him. Checkered flag is out. Who gets it done? It's a photo finish for Brand Touch coming to the line.
For the push, I don't know. This is going to be a photo finish.
Oh, Stone Colby taking the checkered flag the inside. Who's it gonna be? It's a photo finish. Give it to Brendan Burt. Conquers Watkins Glen. Gets turned across the line.
Thank you for joining us, folks. Thank you very much for staying tuned. It's a pleasure. Barber Motorsport Park does not give drivers much time to think. And tonight, it's going to demand everything from the field. Apex Motor Club and West Coast Sim Racing head into the Alabama hills for a circuit defined by elevation, blind crests, fast direction changes, and corners that punish even the smallest loss of rhythm. In the MX-5, momentum will be everything. There is no excess horsepower waiting to rescue a bad exit. At Barber, one mistake rarely affects just one corner. Lose the car through the S's, miss the rotation through the slower sections, or get impatient with the crests. The time to disappear quickly. Passing will take planning. Precision will matter more than aggression. And as the race develops, the driver who can stay smooth while everyone else starts forcing the issue will be the ones moving forward. This is Apex Motor Club and West Coast Sim Racing at Barber Motorsports Park. Let's go racing. Welcome in, folks. Tonight, I'm your host, Sauger Bakshi, taking you around the 2.27 mile racetrack tonight that is known as Barber Motorsports Park in Leeds. Moderate temperatures out there tonight, but the cloudy conditions might have an effect on the drivers and the weather. Couple of key factors for the drivers tonight: they have to protect the momentum through the flowing sections, stay composed over the elevation changes, create the pass before the braking zone, keep the tires in front of you. Let's take a look at the championship standings and the points before we get too far into things. So far, it's Brandon Birch leading with 105 points. In front of Jeremy Fletcher with 88, Nico Colby with 81, Slater with 75, Stone with 66, 58 for Luke Cantor, then Cunningham, Josh Hunter, Joe Rainey, Lincoln Fox, Jensen McKelkey, Warren Johnson, Darren Colby, Valderrama, Josh Farrer, Jacob Bolland, Eddie Akeen, and Virgil Kakdak, who's sitting on the sidelines today. Taking a look at what the session has to offer so far, it's Lincoln Fox topping the charts with a 1:35.81. Equally matched time, though, for Luke Cantor, a 1:35.81, but just 3 thousandths slower. Another 3, but further back, it'll be 3/10 back for Slater Colby in third place. Brendan Birch not too far back from there, 14 thousandths the difference. Then we have Connor Cunningham, Jensen McKelkey, Jacob Bolland, Joe Rainey, Jason Holcomb, Warren Johnson, Darren Hansen, Thomas Divley, rounding out the 12 drivers. Welcome in, Mr. Birch. Welcome in. Good to see you as always. Session about to conclude as soon as Holcomb crosses the line, and then we'll tick over to the race session in just a moment. Let's take a look at our starting grid in the order it comes with. Lincoln Fox and Luke Cantor start on that first row. Then in row 2, Slater Colby and Brandon Birch. Further back, it's Connor Cunningham and Jensen McKelkey. In the 41, Jacob Bolland in the 43, followed by young Joe Rainey from Rainey Homes Racing. Then Jason Holcomb and Warren Johnson in the VehicleBuyers.com machines. Darwin Hansen, rounding out P11 and P12 for Thomas Divley. Ready to rumble behind the pace car here in Barber Motorsports Park, a track that was founded in 1975, located in Birmingham, Alabama, with 15 corners in total, 6 to the left, 9 to the right. Elevation change is only around 60 feet here, but it happens very often. The undulations will hit the drivers up, down, bounce all around. While you're here at Barber, make sure you visit the Barber Vintage Motorsport Museum, which boasts over 1,600 bicycles and motorcycles, one of the largest collections in the entire world. Drivers bobbing and weaving, trying to generate as much heat as they possibly can into their tires. Trying to get a good, strong run into turn one. Ready to go green once we come around the final bend. Coming around the long final bend now, turning 12, 13, 14, 14A, and now turn 15. The pace car pulls in before we get down to 15. The field will be controlled by Fox. A little bit of bump drafting on the race start. The 41 giving a little bit of love to the cars in front, but a little bit of a bob and weave, a poke and peek there from Joe Rainey. Joe Rainey poked and peek in the number 17, and they're going to go 3 abreast down and towards turn number 1. Rainey to the outside line. He's going to work his wheel all the way up into second place. He's going to get one done, but off in the background, that's going to be the 502 of Cunningham and the 41 of Jensen McKelkey. Looking back at the battle pack that formed up ahead, it's going to be Lincoln Fox tumbling down the order down into 4th place. Brendan Birch trying to find opportunities here in 5th place. Sees Lincoln Fox up the road, but no doing on this occasion. The gap is too far to make anything work. Look at Joe Rainey again, who's gained 6 positions right now. An unbelievable start for him. He did do a little poke and peek, so I'm sure the stewards are going to have something to say about that. Slater Colby chasing down behind, mounting the curbs down through the hill, through the chicane of 7A, B, and down to turn 8. Intervals now shown. Joe Rainey having a big off in the background. Rainey goes straight off at turn number 11. And was he pushed or did he jump all on his own is the question. See if we can get a replay of what happened here. And it looks like it might have been a touch there. Yeah, a touch from the Colby. The number 25 is going to send Rainey round. There's the name of a bad top 10 song. You spin my rainy round, baby, right round, like a rainy baby, right round, right round. Moving swiftly on from that one, Lincoln Fox caught in the middle between Warren Johnson. Warren Johnson, what are you doing up here? 6 positions gained for him tonight. He might get the Hard Charger Award this evening. Lincoln Fox still down 4 positions, trying to have this little duet with Warren right now. The duet, the ballet, the ballad, the saga, the odyssey, whatever you want to call it, continues here with West Coast Sim Racing. Warren Johnson leads up in 4th position and is not too far away from Brendan Birch right now, so some possible doing for potential podium for Warren Johnson this evening. Connor Cunningham back in a fight with Mr. Joe Rainey right now. Battle pack separating them by about 1/10 of a second. Check in quickly with Rainey and Cunningham as they come through turn 1. Rainey will get the position done and dusted. Back up ahead to Warren Johnson and Lincoln Fox, the 48 and the 24, or the 124 now, going wheel to wheel, and it will be the move done and dusted by the 48. Lincoln Fox getting his wheels done and dusted, back up into 4th position. Jason Holcomb chases down Warren Johnson now as Johnson chases down Lincoln Fox. A little 3-way squabble here. Johnson working the wheel coming out of turn 13. On his way into 14, has to work the wheel a little bit more than he'd like to right now, as that's going to generate a lot of heat in the tires and result in slower and slower lap times. Birch all over the rear end of Colby right now. The battle between the duo separated by just 0.2 of a second. Birch could find himself duking it out with Slater for a win potentially. Luke Cantor is still in the lead of this one by nearly a second. Don't forget, we do have the competition caution to shake things up coming up shortly. A little bit of debris on the racetrack kicked up by remaining drivers on the grid. After a few spills and thrills, people are able to come back to participate in the battles. Lap time there between Birch and Fox keeps getting bigger. But what about the lap times between Birch and Colby? That one has continued to come down. On board with Birch now as we look forward in his chase behind Slater. We cut through the kink of turn 4 and get ready for the hairpin of turn 5. Slater with a little cover off the inside. Birch with a touch on Slater, but no disruption there to the braking zone. He actually gets away a little bit better. The overstockvehicles.com car seems to be escaping the clutches of Birch right now. Through the chicane of turn 7 all the way to 7B, and then pumped out turn 8. Single file line for the trio at the front with a blanket of 1.5 seconds separating the trio. Absolutely love that part of Barber Motorsports Park. Just get to send the car and have full faith and commitment in your vehicle and the traction. A little bit of traction loss there from the number 25 out in front results in him losing some time. Windshield wipers on for Birch, trying to shake a little bit of the debris off. Birch tries to look to the outside, tries to go back inside. It was occupied by a Colby. Couldn't quite make a move stick there. Brandon Birch has to wait for a better day. Jason Holcomb and Jacob Bolland chase down Warren Johnson on the here and now. The 427 and the 124 chased down by the 43 of Mr. Bolland. Going into the first 10 minutes of this one, it's still unsure who's going to come out on top. Cantor's looking pretty good right now, but the battle between Birch and Slater continues to rage on. It will be Brandon Birch to try to attack. What about Jason Holcomb and Mr. Bolland in the background with Warren Johnson? They're still chasing down Lincoln Fox, and staying within 1 second is imperative for that draft. Again, the competition caution will disrupt anybody's plans for this race. Oh no, a big moment there for, I believe that'll be the 427. Yes, it is the 427 of Jason Holcomb. Holcomb now stuck battling it out with the likes of Connor Cunningham, and a little cut at the track there will give him a slowdown penalty to add insult to injury. Birch looks like he wants to mount the attack. Coming out of the final corner, he was trying to get a wheel well up the inside on the 25. No doings just yet. He has to wait. Birch ready to mount his attack, but poking and prodding at the very least rather than going for a low percentage of moves seems to be the way to whittle down the Colbys into a mistake. Speaking of whittling into a mistake, the poking and prodding continues, and the 36 makes the move at turn 5. into turn 6 and 7. It will be Birch who's out in front down the hill out of 8. Down the hill out of turn number 8 through the slight chicane. The drivers are pretty much flat out there all the way till the final pair of corners where they turn their cars into bicycles, getting airborne on 2 wheels. You know, it's a different race without some of the Colbys and without Fletcher amongst the pack. And the excitement seems to have worn down a little bit. It's definitely a different race without the Colbys. It's definitely a different race with the Colbys. And if I had my preference, I'd always pick having them around because they do sure lead to some good, exciting racing and great battles throughout the packs, wherever they end up falling. Remember Nico Colby back at Bathurst? That was a good drive for him. Now, what can Birch do to catch up to Cantor? Take a look at the lap times here. Now that we got a few under our belt, Birch needs to pick up the pace to catch up to Luke Cantor. Out in front, the lucky number 18, Rusty's machine. Colby and Birch. I can't wait to see the wheel-to-wheel here as Birch attacks those sausages again and again, turning that MX-5 into an airborne bicycle. Good thing this isn't the real thing, otherwise that suspension would be screaming at this point for some mercy. Birch back behind Colby. Johnson still battling with Bolland here. as Jensen McKelkey has fallen back away from Johnson. Johnson finds himself in a top 5 position. Slater well off the track, tries to recover through the penultimate corner, but does so safely and avoids Birch in that racing line. Birch back up into second. Now it becomes a battle of the best of the rest as Cantor is 2.5 up the road, and I have a feeling like these guys have worn down their tires to nubs. Johnson, Bolland, McKelkey. The 5, 6, 7. Here now, all run nose to tail. Johnson still being a little bit of a cork in a bottle, but doing a great and respectful job of staying within striking distance of Lincoln Fox ahead. Little mistake there from Bolland's gonna open the door to Rainey. Not Rainey. That's going to be McKelkey, excuse me. McKelkey with the big send coming down the hill through 7 in the chicane. Luke Cantor still leads, but not by the margin he once had in front of him, as the competition caution settles the field down. The whole field gets bunched up for one lap here. And wait for Darwin Hansen to rejoin the back of the pack before we get racing again. And also curious about Mr. Johnson there in 5th position. What can be done to hold the opponents back, and what can be done to try to gain a few, get back up into a podium? Ready to rumble. Driver is formed up 2x2 Noah's Ark formation. And ready to take the race restart. Once we get to the final corner, get ready to take the green flag. Green, green, green is in the air. And we'll start on the back stretch. Holy Toledo, big moment there coming into the chicane. Connor Cunningham might have been involved in that one. No, Connor Cunningham's okay. We'll have to see who was involved in that one, but Slater Colby, Jason Holcomb, and Darwin Hansen all at the back of the pack. Little Birch coming down the mountain. Down through the hills of Alabama, through the natural terrain road course that is Barber Motorsports Park. Number 2. Excuse me. Number 22, Fletcher. Nowhere in sight tonight. One of our championship contenders. Important to note that the drivers only get a limited number . 23 minutes on the clock, 45 total. We got just a little under 22 minutes left to go. Birch continues to trail the leader in the 18. This is one of those tracks I'm surprised we didn't see more drivers show up for. This is an amazing circuit. Barber Motorsports Park is one of my favorites for a few reasons. Because the circuit is landscaped like a park with perfect grass, a few gardens scattered around. I love the quirky large sculptures that are planted around the track. And the natural hillsides creating the elevation change and viewing spots. Couple manufacturer series come here. IndyCar for the Grand Prix of Alabama, Motor America, the Superbikes, GT World Challenge America, and of course the Barber Vintage Festival. Connor Cunningham, what are you up to? In your chase for glory behind Warren Johnson, Jacob Bolin has a good view of the attack. Warren Johnson trying to defend back the likes of Cunningham, but the Jaws music is playing. Now I can see a little bit of glimmer in the eyes of Connor Cunningham. You can hear the tires just squealing beneath them as they beg for traction coming through the final couple of corners. Cunningham Now alongside Johnson at turn 1. Can he make that one stick? Outside line coming in through turn 3. Doesn't look promising for Cunningham on that attack, but a great attempt, a safe attack, and a good fight. Warren Johnson continues to defend back the likes of Connor Cunningham, and Jacob Bolland waiting to mount his attack at any given opportunity that is given. Luke Cantor gets a little bit of a slowdown penalty, and that'll catch up Birch and Fox to the number 18. There goes Cunningham on the 502. Again at turn 1, but the inside line turns into the outside line for the following corner, and it doesn't go his way. Cunningham continuing to mount his attacks. Birch in his battle chases down Fox. Fox up into P2 now. Oh no, bit of a moment there for the 10th place car of Connor Cunningham at the final sector. And that'll draw our focus back over to the lead battle. Lincoln Fox all over the rear wing of Luke Cantor now. In this Mazda MX-5, gonna go wheel to wheel, down the back stretch, through the kink, all the way through 10 and 9, single file. Birch chases down Cantor. Fox chases down Cantor. Everybody wants a piece of the crown. Here comes the attack from Fox to the outside of Luke Cantor. Won't be able to get it done. Birch sticks his nose in it Can he get one done on Fox before he can get one done on Cantor? The Rusty's car is looking prime, but is under attack. Birch looks to the inside line, but can't think about a better time to attack than now. He can't make it work, though, unfortunately for him. The real estate was occupied by both vehicles up the road. He thinks better of it and backs off just a hair. Coming down the hill, Birch tries to thread the needle and force the issue 3 wide, but no can Dewsville. Joe Rainey ends up in P5 after everything's been shucking up. Here comes Fox to the inside at the final corner. He'll get through, so will Birch, but not without contact with Cantor, the number 18. The onboard there with Birch is pretty decisive. And we'll take one more look at it. Ooh, big hit to Cantor. Lincoln Fox in the lead of this one. Birch not too far back. Cantor still holds on to third somehow. Cantor under attack from Rainey and McKelkey, though. Tax being thrown at the number 18. Badged as the number 95. Final 10 minutes of the race, folks. That means we'll only get 7 more laps after this one, folks. Rainey losing touch from Luke Cantor. His pace just too quick to keep up with. McKelkey, however, is keeping up with Joe Rainey, and that gap has been coming down pretty decisively. Joe Rainey and Jensen McKelkey locked in combat, but not without the likes of Cantor, who's still trying to hold on to a podium paying position. Joe Rainey, questionable of what you can do. Can he make it back-to-back podiums in 1 week? No, Joe gets the commentator's curse. Gets the commentator's curse. Oh no, Joe loops it in his pursuit for a podium. This is the onboard with Rainey. And one of the things that we talked about during the keys of the race is keeping those front tires in front of you. And I know it sounded silly during the keys of the race, but I feel like Rainey had trouble with that here in the number 17. Yeah, that rear end just becomes faster than the front. That'll loop any car around. Birch now on a bit of an island in second place. 3 seconds to the front with 3 seconds behind him. The origins of the park here at Barber exist solely because of the vision of George W. Barber, a former race driver, businessman, and passionate motorsport collector. Mr. Barber made his fortune through the Barber Diaries, a major diary company in Alabama. During the 1960s, he raced his Porsches and developed a lifelong passion for motorsports. In the 80s and 90s, he began building one of the largest motorcycle collections in the world. As his collection grew, Barber decided he wanted more than a museum. He wanted a world-class motorsports destination where machines could be seen and heard in action. Construction of the park began in 2002 on a massive 880-acre property outside of Birmingham. The circuit was designed by renowned circuit architect Alan Wilson. It was built with a 2.38-mile road course, and the 17 turns and significant elevation changes make it technically demanding. The Motorcycle Museum holds the Guinness World Record for the largest motorcycle collection in the world. Houses over 1,600 motorcycles and race cars. The racetrack then became known as the Living Museum, with machines preserved indoors but raced outdoors to be seen and heard regularly. Might be Ballin's best finish on the season if it ends up this way. He does have Joe Rainey behind him, but Slater has been prone to making mistakes in the MX-5 series. In the final few minutes, Joe Rainey could mount an attack on Jacob Bolland. Here we go. Lincoln Fox in the lead of this one. Coming into the final 2 minutes. Looks like we will get an additional bonus lap. But Lincoln Fox has been performing pretty flawlessly this entire event. Brandon Birch, low of P4 to start this event, but climbed his way through the ranks slowly but surely. Might be Luke Cantor's best finish, also running in P3. He's down one position from where he started, but it might have been his cleanest race thus far. In the last 30 seconds of this event, will Jacob Bolland and Joe Rainey come together? .43 stuck in the middle for this MX-5 fight night, behind the likes of Slater Colby, excuse me. Joe Rainey behind, threatening Bolland's position. Coming into the last couple seconds of this one, it's gonna be Lincoln Fox to come around the final sector for the final time. Lincoln Fox is gonna take the win here for MX-5 Fight Night, brought to you by West Coast Sim Racing and Apex Motor Club. Brandon Birch with a commanding P2, and Luke Cantor with a hard-fought P3. Jensen McKelkey with a great P4 finish. Slater Colby, Joe Rainey, Jacob Bolland, and Jason Holcomb. Warren Johnson and Darwin Hanson are going to round out our finishers. Take a look at the results. It was Lincoln Fox, Brandon Birch, and Luke Cantor, the 1, 2, 3, with Birch being a hard charger with 2 positions gained. Most laps led going to Cantor, but not the one that mattered most. It was Lincoln Fox at the end of the day. Jensen McKelkey in 4th, Slater Colby, Joe Rainey, Jacob Bolland, Jason Holcomb, Warren Johnson, Darwin Hanson, Connor Cunningham, and Thomas Divley round out our participants. Let's go ahead and talk to Brandon Birch, who definitely had an exciting race tonight. The number 36 had a bit of a few moments throughout this race. Talk to us about the undulations and some of the challenges that you're able to overcome, Brandon.
Yeah, that was a pretty boring race. It was very spaced out. So Slater and I were pushing at the beginning and burned our tires up. So at the end, tires were done. Was just kind of cruising. But yeah, that was a pretty uneventful one.
You say uneventful. I say pretty exciting. I mean, you and Cantor coming together. McKelkey was involved there. Lincoln Fox was involved there. I mean, the 3-way battle for 5 laps or so, pretty exciting to say the least.
Yeah, no, it wasn't bad at all. And then I saw the guy in front of me that loves to catch people's quarter panels in the other league, so I figured I'd get his quarter panel this time. So, yeah.
Race how you were being raced, right?
Right.
Anybody you want to shout out or anybody you want to thank, Brendan?
Yeah, you for the broadcast, Warren for the league, vehiclebuyers.com, JFR Esports, Stack and my dad watching.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Brandon Birch, for your support here at West Coast Sim Racing. Have a good one.
Cool, thanks.
Next up, we have our 3rd place finisher. It's actually going to be Luke Cantor. And I think this might be Mr. Cantor's best and cleanest finish so far. A 3rd place run, not too shabby for the Rusty's machine. How you doing out there, Luke?
I'm doing pretty good.
Right on. How was the race out there tonight? Some say it was pretty boring. I say it was pretty exciting.
Yeah, I had fun up front. Knew I had the pace to be up front. Definitely good. Don't really agree with the contact that happened, but I mean, yeah, not a bad race.
Definitely an exciting one and one to go back and highlight, that's for sure. The battle between you, Fox, and Birch at the end of the day settled in and not too bad of a result, despite a bigger than normal contact, at least from the looks of it from the broadcast booth. You were still able to recover to 3rd, so not too bad.
Yeah, yep. Was really chasing down that 2nd, but I mean, I finished where I could finish. So not too bad for 3rd.
Not too bad at all. Anybody you'd like to shout out or anybody you'd like to thank, Luke?
Just all you guys and everyone coming into the race.
Right on, Luke. Thank you very much for supporting West Coast Sim Racing and hopping into the broadcast booth. Have a great night and stay safe out there.
You too.
And on behalf of West Coast Sim Racing, on behalf of AK Esports, it's been a pleasure to be your host. I've been Sagar Bakshi, taking you from green to checkered flag as always. All good things need to come to an end, and so shall this, folks. Have a great night, but most importantly, make sure you stay safe out there. Goodbye for now.